Welcome back. This afternoon, you're listening to the Todd Laborowitz Show, Real Estate Radio on Salem Broadcast Network, WRC 1260 AM. I am your host, Todd Laborowitz, and we're speaking with Kelly Leonard. She is a speaker, trainer, business leader, and 2014 Minerva Entrepreneur Women-Owned Business of the Year Award recipient. She's also a certified public accountant, seasoned financial services professional, and a corporate trainer with over 25 years experience in the federal government, private, and public accounting environments, including Fortune 100. Kelly has an inability to connect with diverse audiences across disciplines. Hello, Kelly.
Hello, Todd. How are you?
Explain that a little bit further, the Fortune 100.
So I have a corporate background. So I'm a non-practicing CPA. And in that capacity, I spent many, many years in corporate America. So some of the clients or some of the employers that I work with, GE, Kaiser Permanente, the U.S. federal government, Office of Personnel Management. So I have a very diverse background, but more recently went into business with my husband.
Perfect. And what about this award?
You know, it's funny. That was a complete surprise. And the group, actually, it's Delta Sigma Theta sorority, reached out to me earlier in the year and just said, hey, we've been following the work that you've been doing here locally in Montgomery County to help economic development and just been watching the work that you're doing in terms of just supporting small business here locally. And we'd like to celebrate you. So it was totally unsolicited and very welcome. So pretty excited about it.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit more about you before we get into talking about real estate and how you can help with the LinkedIn.
Okay. Awesome.
But so you're from the area?
I am, pretty much. I claim the D.C. area. I spent most of my childhood in New York State, but then in about high school age came to Northern Virginia and went to college in Richmond, go Rams, and then came back here to the D.C. area, started my career with the federal government, spent about 20 some odd years between federal, private sector, nonprofit. Found the man of my dreams, my husband, Jerome. We got married, moved to Long Island, New York, and then came back here to the D.C. area in 2002, where we have since planted our roots. We have 2 children. Our son, Gabriel, is 13. Daughter, Taylor, is 11. And just enjoying working with my husband and helping to support the community here locally through economic development with the various clients that I work with.
Okay. And now you just opened up your company with your husband.
Actually, we've been in business since 2001.
Okay.
And so in 2010 is when I came on board. I left corporate America and decided to join my husband because of the growth of our company. So I've been relatively new in terms of working with him. It's been an absolutely amazing experience. But we're no strangers to small business because when he started the company, I was very intimately involved with the day-to-day inner workings, but I just came on board full-time in 2010.
Okay. Well, what is your involvement with the company?
Well, I'm now the CEO of the company.
Well, I know that.
And so I spend a lot of time, a typical day is not typical for me because I wear a lot of varied hats. Most of what I do, I would say 80% or so of what I do is speaking and training here in the local business community. A lot of my clients are associations, nonprofits. I have quite a few real estate agents or real estate professionals or folks that are related to the industry who I work with in varied capacities around this whole notion of social CRM, because our company, Taylor Leonard Corporation, is an information technology and business development consultancy.
Okay, but for our listeners, CRM.
CRM is customer relationship management. And so what CRM is, it's the technology that helps companies or organizations to stay connected with their clients and prospects from a sales, marketing, and service perspective. So a lot of people know the name Oracle or Salesforce or Siebel or, platforms such as those. Perfect.
Well, by the way, if you're just tuning in, I have with me Kelly Leonard, CEO of Taylor Leonard. And I am your host, Todd Laborowitz, and you're listening to Salem Broadcast Network, WRC 1260 AM. Well, Kelly, what I'd like to do is, we're a real estate radio show.
Yes.
And you have a lot of skills.
Yes.
So we discussed about talking about LinkedIn and how real estate agents can take advantage of that platform to draw in more business.
Absolutely.
So I will let you start.
Yeah. So, it's great. LinkedIn is a great platform. And before I came on the show this afternoon, I took the liberty of just running some quick stats. And what I found is that there are over 3.4 million real estate professionals in the U.S. on LinkedIn, about 105,000 of which are here in DMV, so the District, Maryland, and Northern Virginia. And there are over 21,000 groups where real estate professionals or real estate related professionals gather on a daily basis within the world of LinkedIn. And these are groups where, they could be commercial real estate related, residential, distressed real estate, luxury real estate, distressed property. So all these different groups where like minds are getting together to collaborate and just network and share best practices.
That's a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
You should have me guess the number.
Well, let me ask you this. Guess how many real estate companies have a LinkedIn presence, a company page, in other words, on LinkedIn?
I don't know.
So within the world of LinkedIn, there's over 3.7 million company pages. There are about 43,000 that are real estate related companies that have a page. And here in DC, there's over 1,400. Wow. So different types. So it could be architecture firms, could be mortgage firms, real estate companies, property management companies, all of these that have something to do with real estate.
And that's a low number.
It is kind of low, relatively speaking.
Wow. Well, let me ask you a question. How do you see real estate professionals leveraging LinkedIn as a tool to build their practice?
I see it similar to the way that just business professionals in general leverage LinkedIn. It's a way for them to sort of showcase their expertise, for them to share maybe information that's trending, whether, rates are going up or down, or if now is a good time to buy or sell. So highlighting trends and things that are going on within the industry, just to be put information out there to sort of grow their thought leadership to become known as the quote unquote expert in a particular area of real estate. I see a lot of them sort of connecting with their collaborators. By that, I mean, it may be a real estate professional who's looking to work with more mortgage lenders. And so them coming together to identify ways that they can work together and help their respective clients.
Okay, so it's important to be on LinkedIn to get the exposure and become the expert in your field.
Absolutely.
Now, what are the best practices for real estate professionals to get the most from LinkedIn?
Well, I would say some of the best practices are, number one, to be there.
That's a start.
Right, exactly. So you got to show up to play. But not just to be there, but make sure that you have a very professional presence. Because when you think about it, the LinkedIn network in general, over 300 million business professionals worldwide, many of whom have high discretionary incomes. You've got a platform where, most of your Fortune 100, Fortune 500, as well as just regular business professionals. These are all individuals that ironically live in homes, right? So, and they're also individuals that they're investors. So, you need to look at the demographic of the LinkedIn community to say, okay, hey, my potential clients are there. So if my clients are there, it would behoove me to be there as well.
Wow. I don't even know if we have a LinkedIn page for the radio show.
I don't think you do.
Oh, you looked, didn't you? You got me.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll get on that right away.
There you go.
So as far as real estate, we're going to be explaining this to real estate agents and really getting this out there. Mm-hmm. What are some key points to putting up a LinkedIn page? Is it writing articles? Is it forwarding articles? Is it putting your whole entire resumes to all the way when you worked at the coffee shop when you were 16?
It's yes. So it's a little bit of both of those, or all of those things that you described. It's creating a presence that really articulates the value that you bring to the marketplace. At the end of the day, you want someone to be able to go to your LinkedIn profile to just learn more about you. How are you helping to save people money, make people money, create efficiency? How are you helping the home buyer? How are you solving problems, making their lives a bit easier? Because, when you think about it, for most people, real estate is their most expensive business investment.
Absolutely.
And so if you can sort of generate or be that voice of reason and that voice of calm in what could be a very emotional transaction for most people, it's going to automatically set you apart from perhaps someone who doesn't have a presence there. So it's not only building a presence, it's making sure that your picture's there so that people can get to know you. We all know that people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And so having a strong presence, having your picture, having a complete profile that, maybe even dates back to those times when you worked in a coffee shop or maybe you worked in a law firm, because you want people to not only get to know you, what you do now, but you never know what someone may see in your past that draws them to you. They have some level of affinity towards you. So they're more likely to do business with you because, hey, I'm an attorney and I'm looking for a home and I noticed that you came from the legal industry, as opposed to some other real estate agent who maybe they've been in real estate all their life, but they don't have that point of connectivity or affinity with you.
Wow. Well, let me ask you a question because I did some research too.
Okay.
And I had your help a little bit.
Okay.
Well, I noticed that you coined the phrase.
Yes.
And is your LinkedIn profile alive? And it's not just alive, it's A.L.I.B.E.
Right.
Can you explain what that is?
Sure. So we ask people, is your profile alive? And so that's an acronym that we've coined. The A is, is your profile, is it accurate? L, is it locatable? I, impactful. V, value-based. Is it engaging?
Wow, that's worth a lot of information there, Kelly. Thank you so much for being here. Coming up next, we got Karen Parness, one of the top agents over at redfin.com. We'll be right back after these messages.
Investors endured 2 devastating bear market corrections since the year 2000. Unfortunately, many people still haven't recovered from their losses. Yet our clients tell a different story. I'm Jim Musgrave with Research Financial Strategies. For investments that make money in both bull and bear markets, call me at 301-588-0514 or visit jimmusgrave.com to learn how Research Financial Strategies can benefit you, your family, and your business. Can you afford not to?